devices. Okay, so you're accessing different types of communication, right? You're doing some different types of communication daily requirements, right? So in generally, mail communications, okay, instant messaging like your WhatsApp messaging services, okay, chat boxes, different type of communication you're doing, right? Mhm. Data sharing, okay, cloud related accessing, web accessing, websites accessing, online you're purchasing, right? Amazon, Flipkart, Meesho, Azio, okay, all are web related services, e-commerce related services, right? So different types of communications we are doing, okay? Printer sharing, storage accesses, file accesses, so different types of communication. For all these things, what we require is a network. So from starting, what is a network? Connection of interconnection of two or more devices, we call it as a network. And like that, different networks are there. If you are connecting different networks, that is called a inter. The communicating between the devices, is interconnected devices, we call it as a networking. Of course, we are communication across different networks, that is internetworking. That's what it is, our internet nowadays. So, and also we discuss about the different topologies, like a bus topology, like different devices. The devices are connected to a single backbone wire. So 1 second, guys, I will close this door. Hearing a lot of noises. Okay. Yeah, now a little better. Okay, bus topology. So what is a bus topology? So we are connecting devices to a single backbone wire. Okay, and devices will communicating through that backbone wire. Usually we use coaxial wire, coaxial cable in the bus topologies. Okay, it is easy to configure, difficult to troubleshoot. Of course, it's scalable. Next is ring topologies. Devices. One device is connected to other device is connected to another device is connected to another device. The last device is connected to the first device. This is what we call it as a ring topology. Then what is a star topology? Oh, sorry, mesh topology. Every device is connected to all other devices. Okay, and it is complex to configure, complex to troubleshoot, and difficult to scale it. Okay, but it is redundant. Redundant means if one device is down or maybe one cable is down, so still other communication paths are we can able to do it. Star topologies. All devices are connected to a centralized device. It can be hub or a switch, and every device is communicating through this hub or a switch device. And it is easy to configure, easy to troubleshoot, easy to scalable. Means we can extend our star topology. Like you can take multiple hubs or switches, connect together. We can connect all devices to it. So we can more number of devices we can connect in a single physical network. Okay. Others are like a point to point, point to multi-point. Okay. Tree topologies, like other topologies also available. Point to my point means one device is connected to another device. That is point to point. Everything is point to point. Just another way you can say point to point means you are connecting through WAN. So then from your organization to your remote main head office organization or branch office organization, one point to another point communication. Point to multi-point, usually satellite communication comes under point to multi-point. Also you can say one main office, head office is connected to multiple branch offices. Okay. This is what we discuss, and what we are using is star topology only. You're using is start topology. And also what is we discuss, what is intranet, what is internet also. What is internet? It is public network, networks of networks. So multiple networks are connected together in a public. So we can able to access different publicly available resources directly, right? You're accessing gmail.com, youtube.com, facebook.com, okay, microsoft.com, google.com. So all these things are publicly connected. So means through internet, we can able to access email like through Gmail, like YouTube or Facebook, like that we can able to access. Intranet, it is local and it is private. Okay, simply are connected within your LAN and you're accessing from one system to another system. Okay, you're accessing resources within that LAN only. So it's not a publicly connected, it is only your own private network it is. And also we discussed about the different types of networks, different types of network based on the geographical size and ranges. Local area network, LAN, campus area network, metropolitan area network, WAN wide area network. Local area network, so it is simple, like within a room, you have a connected devices, you can call that one as a LAN. Or single floor, entire devices are connected each other and they are communicating each other. That is also a LAN. Entire building up to the maximum size is entire building, we can call it as a single LAN network. And campuses, like different buildings, are each individual building is like a single LAN, and you connect all these LANs together and we can become a one single big large network. Within the campus, people can able to communicate each other from one building to another building like that. Okay, so that is called a campus area network. So they can share the resources, communicate, share informations within that campus. That is called campus area network. Geographical size. Metropolitan area network. What is metropolitan area network? In the city, so we have a different devices, people, okay, different departments, different people in the metropolitan area network in the city. We are all connected together and become one large network and people communicate each other. Okay, so then it is within the city, people will communicate each other. That is a metropolitan area network. Wide area network, so global. Okay, you can able to connect your branch office to head office or head office to another branch office in different geographical locations like Hyderabad to New York office or Singapore office or New Jersey office. Okay, so different locations, different geographical locations, we can able to connect it through WAN connectivity. Okay, that's a wide area network. Another two interesting one is PAN and HAN, personal area network and home area network. Personal area network, so we can create our own network for our personal related devices, like your mobile phone to your smartwatch, smart shoes, smart clothes, smart goggles, right? So you can create like you're connected to your bike. So you can share information between that, communication between them. Like what are the steps you have done in your watch? It will be synced to your mobile phone application. Okay. Okay. All connecting and communication. Home area network. So inside your home, it is a simple LAN only always, but it's like nowadays a new era is there, new technologies, new way of communication, new way of connectivity is there. In your home, you have a Wi-Fi network. Through that one, you can connect your smart TVs, smart LEDs, smart plugs, smart home appliances. You can control through voice and simple commands using Alexa Dot or Echo Dot or Google Home Next kind of stuff. Of course, why I make it this one very light? Because this SAN not comes under actually network part. Okay, but SAN means storage area network. So based on that, area network is there. It's a completely storage related solutions. It's only in enterprises, only in big organizations use this SAN network. SAN network means it's a storage related, access related. Okay, access part. Okay, not as a regular communication. So storage communication, storage, storing the data, accessing the stored data, like that it is there. Okay, it's a completely different network. Simple way say, it's your LAN, local area network, campus, within the campus only you can able to communicate, MAN within the city, WAN, global network, private to private means my head office to branch office. Okay, that's a private to private communications, one private network to another private, WAN connectivity. This same WAN over the public network. So you are getting internet. So you are actually in the your own private network now. So with your Wi-Fi router, you can able to connect to the outside of public network. Use a WAN connectivity. Using WAN connectivity, you are connecting. So that is what it is, our internet. You have to access internet means from your network using modem or your Wi-Fi router, you are connecting to the WAN through using WAN technologies. Using WAN, you are connecting to the public network. So that is you are able to access the internet. This is up to last what we discuss in the. Okay. Anybody having any questions in the our last session? Or okay up to now? Okay. So this concept called a SOHO, small office, home office. Okay. Of course, we'll see individual devices and their working pattern. Just this is a small information. Okay. Just for our understanding. For each functionality, we'll see that one later. Look at here. This is a hub, or you can use a switch device. I will explain what is hub, what is switch and all. A simple device, it is hub or a switch. You can connect to the devices. Okay. You can connect our devices to this hub and switches. Like we are creating a simple start topology here. Okay. This is what we want is the simple LAN network. So simple our own private network, what we call it as a LAN. Okay. So there is A, B, C, D, E. Okay. So this is I can use hub or I can use switch. Okay. So you are connecting devices. This is what we call it as a simple LAN. Some A to B or A to C or A to D, you can able to communicate. Okay, so for this one, you don't require any internet connectivity or nothing is required to communicate from this A to B communication or C to E communication. So you don't require any internet connectivity. Simple, you need a hub or a switch device connected and you can start communicating each other. Of course, some few things like IP address protocols, that part also there, just for understanding. This is what we are saying, it is simple LAN. Understand, guys? It's a private network, intranet. No one is saying anything. Not understanding at all.
Understand.
Understood.
And then so there is a device like a, for example, this is the wide type of connectivity, right? So, but I have wireless devices, maybe like a laptop. Laptop you can connect through wire and wirelessly also you are connecting, right? So wireless devices, or maybe a tablet, maybe a mobile phone. So these are the devices, or maybe a smartphone, a smart TV. Okay, so we are able to connect these devices wirelessly. We are able to connect these devices wirelessly. So where is that line related things are not coming? The rotatory says invert colors, outline, all are solid lines only. Just what we want is some dotted line to represents wireless connectivity. I'll do like this. Okay. So we need a connection. We need a connectivity to communicate wirelessly. We need a wireless communication. So there is a device called a wireless access point. There is a device called a wireless access point. So you can connect to this device and communicate between these devices. So for example, this is a laptop and this is tab and mobile phone. Okay, this is our wireless access point. Okay. This is our wireless access point. Using that, we can connect wireless devices. You know what you have created is called a WLAN, wireless LAN. You created a WLAN, wireless LAN. Wireless LAN. Okay. So this is one private network. This is another private network. Now what I'm doing is I'm connecting from here to here. There is some plug point is there, like a connectivity, like a with wide connectivity is also there. So now what happened? This network, like it is called one segment. This is another kind of segment, two different segments. Now it entirely become single segment now. And this is entirely one single network, entire our private network. Means wide devices are communicating through this hub or such. Wireless devices communicating through wireless access points. Okay. And you want to make a communication between them. For example, this is a B device. Want to communicate to this laptop, so it will packet goes to okay. The packet will go to this hub or switch, and through this cable, it go to wireless access point. From there, it reaches to your laptop and send the packet. Okay, so this is how it is communicated. This entirely private network. Up to now, it is our private network now. Understand, guys? Up to here, LAN and WLAN, wireless LAN.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So for example, within this, you can able to communicate each other. Like you are sending messages with using different local applications, or maybe you can share data, or you're sharing printers. Within that, you can do it like pinging. Like within that, we can communicate. Okay. But you want to access something which is available in Google only. For example, you want to access a Gmail, mail communication, google.com, or maybe you want to access a youtube.com, right? You want to access something, youtube.com, which is available in internet and not in your home, not in your office. It's somewhere located. You can only access through internet only. Then you need to connect it to internet to access this internet wide available resources, right? You want to access w3schools.com, udemy.com, facebook.com. Anything is internet wide available, not in your home, not in your office. Okay. So you can only access through internet only. But connecting internet, what you have to do? You have to take subscription. Internet subscription you have to take. You have to take internet subscription. Who is providing that internet subscription? ISP, Internet Service Providers. Who are there? Airtel, now Jio, okay, ACT, Hathway. Maybe now Hathway is there or not. I don't know. I didn't remember, but still, I think Hathway is still providing it. Okay. U broadband. U broadband. It's actually, Idea, Vodafone. Okay, that's it's U broadband now. It belongs to that one. Idea broadband, Idea, Vodafone, U broadband are now everything is merged together. U broadband, BRO. Okay. BSNL, of course, BSNL. Okay. For our home-based internet connectivities, these are all we can use it. A lot of other means local internet service providers are there. So many local service providers also there. Okay. And other than that one, other services means only company related service providers also there, including Airtel is there, ACT is also there. Okay. For companies, for organization related. HCL, only organization related. HCL, Ticona, Tata, these are only organizational related services, only for organizations only, not for public. HCL, Ticona, and Tata, and some few are. Some are providing for both organizations as well as publicly also, retail wise also they are providing. I'm talking just normally our internet service providers in general. So if you take a subscription, so this from ISP, you can able to connect it to internet. Okay, you can able to connect it to internet. Okay, so once you are connected to internet means you can able to access different things available in internet. Okay, so you have taken ISP subscription. For example, you taken Airtel, RGO, or ACT. You have taken, okay, subscription. Then how you should connect it to ISP, right? First of all, you should connect it to ISP, then only you can connect it to internet. Okay. Understand, guys? ISP, Internet Service Provider. Think like this. This is your home, or maybe it is your office. This entirely. Okay. And to connect to this ISP, we need a device called a modem. What device we call it as? What is the device it is? It's called a modem. Modulator and demodulator. Using generally nowadays it's a fiber optical cable. Okay. Nowadays we are using fiber optical cables to connect to the internet services. In old style, we are using telephone cables also. Okay. In earlier days, using in a BSNL, Airtel, generally it is telephone cables. Okay. Now it is majority we are using the fiber optical based connectivity. Of course, ACT still for our home to their junction boxes, that is still normal UTP cables only, but further it is fiber optical cables only. Okay. And how these ISPs are connected internally, that is separate part. But how our home or office is connecting, that is our thing. Okay. So now from your modem, in modem you will mention your subscription name. Okay. In your user name, so user ID or subscription name, password. Okay. Connection type. Mention connection type. Okay, different types of connectivities are there. Like a usually, if you take ACT, okay, the connection type is usually PPPoE. PPPoE is a in a ACT, point to point over Ethernet. Okay, if you are using a BSNL kind of stuff, means telephone cable. That time we are using BSNL. So ADSL or DSL type of connectivity. ADSL, DSL type of connectivity. Now Airtel with fiber optical, Jio with the fiber optical, it's a GP on, GPOE on, GPU on OE, like that it will comes. Okay, most like a GP on type. It is like a fiber optical based dial-up network, means say DSL over fiber optical cable connectivities. Okay, connectivity type. Okay, static IP connectivity, dynamic IP connectivity, PPPoE connectivity. Okay, no specific connectivity there. Okay. So what happened? In this modem, it will send your user ID, password, and connection type to your ISP. ISP verifies your identity and check your subscription plan. It is 30 Mbps, means it make a connectivity 30 Mbps bandwidth to you. So you can send and receive data with a 30 Mbps transmission. Your subscription is 100 Mbps. Then you can able to send and receive data up to 100 Mbps connectivity. Okay. So to internet. So that is what is a modem. Modem is make you to connect it to ISP. Then you can able to connect it to internet. So then you can send and receive the data over the internet. This is what. So you received internet up to modem. You received internet up to the modem part. Okay. And the up to modem. Okay. Guys, understand what is the purpose of modem and how it is connected to ISP? Okay. Now it is saying anything. Up to here. Yeah. Up to here, it is a different network. Okay. This is completely, you are connecting to internet means you are getting some IP related connectivities there. It means that is different network. That is outside network, that is different network. Inside we have a different network. Inside our private network, different network it is. Outside it is different network. So up to modem, up to means at modem, it is from modem to ISP to outside. It's a different networks. So this is a different network it is. And this is a different network. To connect these two different networks together, so what we are using is a router. Actually, what we are using is a router. So router make a connectivity between different networks. Only we have seen internetworking. In internetworking picture, I have written router. What is this router? Internetworking means communication between different networks. This router make a communication between our private network, our network to other network, different networks. That is what router is doing is. So router make a communication between this network to another network. Simply can say this is like this. Okay. This side one network, this side another network it is. Okay. This side one network, this side another network. Okay. So this is what how we are connected. So like this. Okay. So these are the words. Hub switches are used to create a LAN network. You can connect wide type of devices and we can communicate between the devices and you are in your own LAN private network. Wireless access point to connect wireless devices and create a wireless LAN to make a communication between these wireless devices. Okay. So what I have done, I connect this wantedly, I connected this switch to the wireless access point and become one single network. Or you can connect your switch and wireless access point separately to the router also possible. Okay, just to make a picture purpose only. Okay, guys, understand up to here what is the purpose of router, modem, switch, hub, wireless access point.
Sir, could you explain switch
Yes, sir.
once again?
Okay, good. Switch means anyway, each individual device I will explain it. So put a networking switch or networking hub. This is how the switches look like. Okay, this is how the switches look like. And devices are connected to these switch ports. Like you can say switch port connected to a desktop like this. Using the cables. Okay, one side of the cable connected to your switch, another side you are connected to your computer, your laptop or your server like that, you are able to connect it. Okay. So then when you are making connectivity means, so then you can able to communicate each other. Okay. So hub is a small, generally small in size kind of hubs will available. Okay. Switches are generally larger the sizes. Small size switches also available. Okay. This is switch. Wireless access point. Okay. Wireless access point connect devices wirelessly. Okay. They'll connect the devices wirelessly. Of course, like how you connected to your Wi-Fi router, the same way we are connecting it for connecting wireless. This is hubs. Both are look like a same switch and hub, but the functionality is different. Usually hubs are in small in size. Okay, like devices are connecting and communicate. Okay, so where are we? Okay, good. So I will tell 1 or 2 points, then we'll go to the actually. I will avoid. I will resolve all your confusions. Means I'm telling something, but you never seen all these things in your home or your office, right? So that is where what is that I will show you. Okay, so don't worry about it. Guys, here it is. For example, this is a device. This is the A device. Want to communicate outside of the network. For example, it want to access the youtube.com. A want to access youtube.com. So what it will do? It is youtube.com outside of my network. So in in the browser, it will open youtube.com with the youtube.com IP address. So then, first of all, what it will do? It send a request to, right? First it will go to the packet goes to this switch or a hub, and it will goes because it's outside, not in our network, right? It went to this port, this interface, this router's interface. Okay, this router's interface. It go to this interface, okay, and it enter into the router. So router understand where you want to reach it. It is not in your network. It is outside of network. It is internet wide available. Okay, so it will understand and send that packet to the modem, other network. Okay, and modem, of course, modem is connected to internet via ISP, so we'll send to the internet. Inside of internet means so many networks. Okay, so it will go to different paths and finally reach the destination. Once you reach the destination, means you reach the youtube.com, ask for I need a particular video, then it will understand where it is located and give to you. Okay, then also it is also travel from different routers, reaches to your ISP, reaches to your modem, reaches to your router. Again, it will back to your interface and then it is sent to you directly. Okay, understand this how it is traveling?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
From my laptop, I want to access some gmail.com. Okay, for example. So this is send request to this wireless access point. The wireless access point actually in our diagram, actually if you are connected to router, it's directly router. In our diagram, we are connected to switch and again interface. See this interface. So it is sent to this router interface. In our LAN side, this interface. Because it is outside of our network. It's sent to the modem. So modem is connected to ISP. So ISPs allow you to access internet and it will go through different paths, means different networks. Finally, it reaches your Gmail. And it will Gmail server, what it will do, it will check your username, password, and what is your requirements. Okay, what you want your Gmail mail communication, right? Then it will send back to the through internet and through internet ISP to modem, modem to router, modem to this interface, and wireless access point. Finally, you will get that Gmail access. Okay, guys, if you want to communicate from this PC to in this PC, you don't require this router, modem, and all. Simply send to the hub or a switch, and packet will be delivered here. Okay. Packet will be delivered. Or maybe you want to communicate from this device to this C device, then it will come to C device, not required of router and all. But when you are communicating outside of your network, when you are communicating outside of network, you must go through this point only. Must go to this point. In this interface only you should go. Okay. So what is that interface? We call it as a default gateway. The interface we call it as a default gateway. When you are communicating outside of your network, then your packet has to go through this default gateway interface only. But how our system knows that is our interface, our default gateway interface, because how it is knows that interface having an IP address. The interface having an IP address. Interface having a IP address. Okay. So in our system already it is mentioned that is my default gateway interface. That is the address of gateway. So automatically when you are communicating outside, it will tell what is the gateway address. It's sent to that address. So it means that interface, and it will go into the router. Through router, we can have sending to our request and information outside of our network. Okay. So that is our default gateway. Guys, understand switch hub purpose of a switch and hub to create a LAN, wireless access network, router, default gateway, modem, ISPs, internet concept.
Yes, sir.
The thing is, you may not seen anything of one. You didn't see modem, you didn't see any wireless access point or switch or hubs or router. This is we don't see any place in your home or office. We generally don't see, but it is there. Thing is, you have a Wi-Fi router. You have a Wi-Fi router, right? So your Wi-Fi router in your home Wi-Fi router, generally what it is connecting to the ISP. So there is a WAN port. If you are observed, if you have a internet in your home, or maybe if you're not there, wired internet is not there. Okay. So check in your friends or any internet center also, try. So on your router, so there is a WAN or a internet port is there. Just for understanding, they are written WAN or a internet. Okay. This from here, there is a cable going outside of your home. That cable goes up to some junction box. From there, it is to another one, and finally reach actual ISP internet service provider station. Okay. So it will connect it to your ISP. For example, it is fiber optical one. Jio or Airtel you have taken direct fiber optical. Means that cable runs to the some junction from there to there, and finally it is whatever the in middle we don't know. Okay, whatever the middle we don't mind. Okay, from our router to the ISP, the cable goes. In middle, so many things will be there. Okay, so finally it will connected to our ISP, internet service provider. This internet service provider, inside this router, there is a configuration. Inside this router, okay, there is a configuration is there for WAN configuration. Like what is your username? What is your password? What is your connection type? Defined inside this WAN configuration. Inside a router, this configuration is there. So this our Wi-Fi router send the details to your ISP, internet service provider. They will verify your details and check your subscription plan, and it will give that bandwidth connectivity to your internet. Okay. So this is, so your router, your Wi-Fi router is act like a modem, right? Can we say it is act like a modem? This part is like a modem. Okay. This is like a modem. Next, if you have a like laptops, from your laptop, mobile phones, tablets, smart TVs, okay, different wireless devices also, different wireless devices also. So can we connect to our Wi-Fi router, right? We are able to connect it to our Wi-Fi router. Okay. So this part, what I said, this part is like a providing for connectivity. For connectivity, SSID means wireless router, Wi-Fi connecting name. So if you see here, if I click on my Wi-Fi symbol like this, it shows different Wi-Fi names, Wi-Fi connection names. These are called SSIDs and passwords. Password. So you are using that SSID here and password. So then you will able to connect to your Wi-Fi routers wireless access point. So it is like a wireless access point. Wireless access point. Okay. So modem, wireless access point. Now you have a wide devices, like you have a computer. You have a computer is there. You have a PC is there. Okay. This is maybe a laptop, mobile phone. Okay. And maybe some smart TV. But this is the PC. PC generally wide type of connectivity. So it is also contains some LAN ports. So you can connect with the cable to your PC. So then you can connect it wireless. For example, you have more PCs. For example, you take offices, okay, internet centers, more desktops are there. So then more desktop means you have to connect it to, okay. Generally, Wi-Fi router having a 1 to 4 maximum 4 LAN ports are there. But you have a 20 system, 30 systems are there. Then it is difficult to connect it, right? You have a 10 systems, very difficult. So what you do, you connect it to a switch or hub or multiple switches or hubs and connected this LAN port, one single LAN port to this switch or hub. From there you can connect it and you can able to connect, right? Connectivity is there. Okay. Or maybe more number. For example, it's a small office, but more number of computers are there. Means you take another switch. These devices are connected to this switch. And they are connected to this switch. So like this. Okay. So what happened? So this is for LAN connection. This is wireless LAN and this is our LAN connected to your Wi-Fi router. And this is entirely a separate network. Separately a network it is. And this is modem connectivity. Again, it is separate network. And this indication, it's not just a Wi-Fi, it is a router. It means it make a communication between this wired and wireless connectivity, which is LAN network to and to your WAN network. So make a communication between this network, LAN network to your WAN network. So you can able to communicate from our network to outside of our network because of your Wi-Fi router act like a router, it route between those things. Okay. The Wi-Fi routers, two IP addresses. One is WAN related IP, means outside connecting IP address. Internal LAN IP. Okay. Internal IP is also there. Okay. LAN IP is also there. This is our gateway address, our default gateway address. So whose address it is? Our Wi-Fi router. So it means your Wi-Fi router is also act like a default gateway. Also act like a default gateway. So in earlier picture, in this one, I divided everything separately. There is a wireless access point, there is a hub or a switch, and there is a router, there is a modem, right? Separately I have written. But how many devices are here? Only one single device. So your Wi-Fi router is act like a wireless access point for connecting devices wirelessly. It is act like a hub or a switch to connect to wide type of devices. For one or two devices, you can connect directly, or more number of devices means you can connect from there to other your switches. So from that we can connect it. So it is LAN creation is there, LAN connectivity is also there. Okay. And it act like a modem. So from your Wi-Fi router to your ISP, you can able to connect it. Okay. So it's act like a modem. And it's act like a router. So by default, it is a router, Wi-Fi router. It make a communication between from your own private network to outside of its network. Okay. It act like a default gateway. What are the things like from here, I want to communicate it to gmail.com or facebook.com or linkedin.com or w3schools.com. So where I have to go? I have to go through this router only. That is our default gateway. Okay. So one Wi-Fi router is act like all these devices. Let's understand the differences now. Any questions?
No, sir.
Okay. So it is switches or hubs are used to create for a connecting wide type of devices to create a LAN network. Wireless access points, also called as WAPs, or wireless access point means AP. Wireless access point means WAP. Okay. Is used to connect wireless devices and we will create WLAN. What is WLAN means? Wireless LAN. Router. Router is internetworking device. It make a communication between different networks. Okay, use it to connect your LAN communication and WAN connectivity also. Modem is another device is connected to ISP. So connecting to using telephone cables or fiber optical cables, you can connect it to internet. So you're connecting to ISP, through ISP you are connecting to internet. What is ISP? Internet Service Provider. Okay. And another one is our home Wi-Fi routers. It act like a modem, use it to connect to your ISP, then you are connected to internet. It is act like a router because your internal network to outside of network communication. So this act like a router. It is act like a wireless access point to connect your wireless devices. It act like a hub or switches to connect wide type of devices. And also it is act like a default gateway. Also it is act like a default gateway to make a communication from your internal to outside. When internal devices want to communicate outside, we need a gateway to go. So your Wi-Fi router by default it is a gateway right now. Okay. And also it is act like a DHCP server and DNS server. Then what is this DHCP server? Simple to say. I'm getting an IP address to my laptop from there is a DHCP server. You are connecting, like for your mobile phone or maybe your laptop, you are connecting to your Wi-Fi router. From your Wi-Fi router only, you are getting an IP address. Okay. If you are connected to a different router, then different IP address you will get it. Maybe different IP address. So you are getting an IP address to your smart TVs or mobile phones, laptops from your Wi-Fi router only. Okay. So that service we call it as a DHCP service. Okay. So you don't require separate DHCP server to assign IP address to your devices automatically. Another one is DNS server. Local DNS server, exactly right, means local DNS server. So I'm accessing things using just names only, right? Gmail.com, Facebook.com, YouTube.com. All these things I'm accessing through IP address only. Actually, I put a name only, but originally all communications by IP address. Okay, all communications by IP address. But who will give the IP address is a DNS server. We'll go through that one inside in a networking or a server side. We'll discuss that one. So another small picture to understand this SOHO. See this is a separate modem. Before this, Jio and Airtel means earlier Jio and Airtel fiber optical network and U broadband also. The separate fiber optical modems are there separately. From your ISP to this modem, fiber optical way it is connected. From that modem, and it is connected to our Wi-Fi router. From Wi-Fi router, we are able to access it. Separate Wi-Fi router is there. Okay. So you can connect through cable or maybe through wireless. Okay. This is called a SOHO. Small office, home office. Okay. Guys, understand what are the things we use. All my mouse problems on me. Okay. Just I'm changing little pattern here. That's it. Okay. Guys, look at here. Basic requirements to form a network. It means you are creating a network and you want to communicate in the network. Two things, right? So not only just a connected, also you should communicate. So these first three points are talking about a connectivity, how you will connect to the devices, how you connected to the devices. Okay. So for connecting the devices. And these 2 points for communication in the network. Okay. These are the 5 things. Out of 5, first 3 are belongs to connecting. Next 2 is belongs to communication purpose. Okay. So that's the point. Okay. So here it is. What is requirements? Like first one is NIC cards. Different types of NIC cards are there. Okay. Wired type and wireless type of NICs. Cables are connecting media. Different cables we use to connect devices. Like different media wise, you can able to connect wired, wireless type of medias. Okay. Different devices we use to connect the devices. Hubs, switches, routers. Okay, wireless access points, modems. Okay, like this for connecting devices. communication. What type of communication you want to do it? What type of communication you are doing it? Okay. Are you want to do sending a mail communication? Sending, it's like a mail communication it is, or maybe is it a what we can say web related communication, or you want to download a file, that kind of communication you want to do it. So it depends upon what type of communication. So we have that will be understood by your system using protocols. Okay, different protocols use so for a different types of communications. Next one is IP address. Of course, to whom we are communicating. Protocol will tell what type of communication it is. IP address, to whom you are sending to me, to my system, to my server. Okay. So what type of communication? Okay, that is okay, but to whom you are communicating? To your system, or maybe like a for your server communication, like that. What type of communication? Sorry, to whom you are communicating? What is your destination address? What is your destination address? And what is your address? Like you are writing a letter or you are sending a mail, there's two things are important, right? One is to address, another is from address. Okay. So here it is, in the network we use logical addressing, that is called a IP address here. What we are using is IP address. Okay. So what is this IP address? How to assign our own IP address, or maybe how to get our own IP address, and how do you know about remote IP address? What are the different types of IP addresses? Are their classifications? And internally so many other things also there. So we'll discuss all those things together. Once we discuss all five, then we'll discuss about OSA model. Once OSA completed, almost all your major networking things are completed. Only thing is additionally troubleshooting, small troubleshooting related and Wi-Fi router related things are there. Wi-Fi related, like how to change the Wi-Fi password, or maybe how to connect using Wi-Fi router is there. Because it's a general one, because most of the people nowadays having that one. Okay. So that's we will going to discuss about these things in next class. But now take a break, guys. Come back at. Now take break. We'll be back at follow. Okay. It's around 10-15 minutes break. Okay. So come back at 12. Take break.